Justice Minister Mutula Kilonzo took to the floor of the House, seeking to convince the backbenchers to allow the Constitution Amendment Bill 2011 that seeks to change the date of next year's general election from August to December to be read for the first time in Parliament. Backbenchers have accused the executive of mischief and attempting to mix the push for the election date change with the emotional gender representation matter, but Mutula defended the bill generated by the cabinet, arguing that it was all about next year's general election.
It's completely unfair, Mr. Speaker, to call my bill an omnibus. I don't have a driving license for an omnibus. And even if I got that license, Mr. Speaker, I would surrender it.
We in this parliament must be very careful not to develop a culture where anything we don't like makes us initiate a constitutional amendment.
The cabinet has argued that it was almost impossible to hold next year's general election in August due to a host of anticipated logistical challenges, key among them the budgeting cycle. It also pointed out that there was no sufficient time to register voters afresh, conduct civic education, and procure election materials in time for the polls.
I want by the time you cast your ballot to know that the country was prepared for elections. And I want to assure you, this country is not ready for elections in August. Much as I love August very much.
The incumbency has lost the power of deciding an election date. They want to get it one more time, just one more time, through the back door, by dictating the date to be in December through this constitution.
The Supreme Court Tuesday declined to rule on the election date row and referred the matter to the Constitutional Division of the High Court. The 7-judge bench will in due course give reasons for declining to offer its interpretation of the Constitution on the election date, as sought by various parties, among them the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission.
But if it was to come to August, we, as I've said, will have to compress time and cut down on the time. If you have got 60 days, you bring it down to 30 days.
The Speaker will on Tuesday next week rule on whether the Constitutional Amendment Bill was properly before the House and whether it should be read for the first time. But even if Mutula has his way, the bill can only be debated in Parliament after 90 days. Francis Gachuri, Citizen Live at 9.